Hey everyone, it's Ben Hard here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a 2022 Chevy Tahoe High Country. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with this Tahoe. Check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood we have a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the High Country. So first off, you can see here with the hood, you have this distinct body line there in the center, and then notice how it kind of slopes down there off to the side. Definitely looks pretty neat. And then coming down below, you can see we've got the LED reflector lights with the accent light below that, and then the accenting here off to the side that's blacked out. Parking sensors here on the front end. Notice we have our High Country logo, and then you've got the Chevy logo there in the front, and then notice we have the High Country colors here integrated into the grille. And overall, it's definitely a great looking vehicle from a front end perspective. Coming around the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped on 22-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you can see here with the design on the wheels themselves, you kind of have this more of like a satin finish on the silver, and then you do have some bright chrome as well, so it creates a nice contrast. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension. And then notice here how the fender is kind of molded. Got our High Country badge here on the side, Tahoe logo down below. And then if we take a few steps back, here's our full side profile on it, and then a couple other elements that I mentioned. Notice with the mirror, you've got it black at the bottom and then silver there at the top. And then here with the accenting on the door handles, it's also around the windows as well. And let's head to the rear. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, remote start, the opening for the hatch, and then the opening for the window. We have a payload capacity of 1,465 pounds with a towing capacity of 8,100 pounds with the Tahoe. Now let's actually pop here into the rear. So first off, you notice here with this control, this will raise or lower the third row. This will just lower down the second row, and we have an outlet right next to it. Then here's the storage space underneath that section right there. And with the third row folded up, you have a decent amount of storage space. If you want more, just go for a Suburban. And then if we press this to lower down the right side, notice it happens at a very quick rate. And then if I want it to come back up, press the button. Again, super quick. You do have to pick up the headrest yourself though, if you do want that. And well, that's the rear. So when you're done, just press that. Wait for it, wait a little bit longer. There we go. Now let's finish things up with the rear of the Tahoe High Country. So notice here, again, with the silver trim, then you've got your Tahoe logo finished in chrome, and then we've got the quad exhaust tips, definitely a cool aesthetic. Parking sensors here along the bottom, and then we have a bezel covering the receiver hitch. And of course, we got to mention the signature Tahoe taillights. Now here's my guess with the taillights. So if you take this side, and you take the other side and combine them, it kind of makes the Chevy bow tie in a sense, right? I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting. But anyways, there is your full rear view. Now here's the door panel in the rear. You can see the padding here at the top and the wood trim down below, and then notice more of that silver trim and then more padding down below here. One of the door handles right for the rear, and just definitely love the shape and feel of that. Like, it's a perfect place for your fingers right there. One of the speakers for the Bose sound system, and notice we got the mountains because it's the High Country. And then here are these seats with the High Country. Look at the piping on it, definitely intricate with that whole design. And then it's perforated here in the center portion. Got the power steps, which make getting in and out very easy. Here's legroom, and there's headroom as well. Notice we've got some cup holders here. We've got our climate control section down below. We do have heated seats here for the rear as well, which is great. And we'll pick this up, and well, you guys can look at my feet for a minute, go through the aisle. So notice tons of room. So that's one of the nice things about the Tahoe. Got some cup holders here. We have our USB port as well. And let's head to the front. Now here's the door panel at the front. Again, you can see here with the padding at the top, the wood trim, and then all of the padding down below. And then the front door handle. All of our window controls, front two are automatic, and then our memory seat function. Mirrors do power fold in. And then here's a quick look at the mirrors. They do have blind spot monitoring. And here's the front seat. So again, notice it says High Country on it. You see perforated here in the center portion. Then you got the power adjustments here on the side, and then another High Country logo with the Chevrolet logo. Pedal layout down below. And then we've got our light control here with the trailer brake controls. And then look at the driveline select. We have auto, 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, and 4-wheel low. Drive mode select. And then this does have the air suspension, so that's the function to raise and lower it. And you can see the parking brake right here. And then notice we got the lane departure, stability control. We got this for the parking sensors, hill descent control, 360 camera, auto stop start. That's for the outlets. That's for the heads-up display. Lots of stuff happening. Steering wheel's power adjustable. Let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel with the High Country. Notice with the padding all around, and then you can see the darker stitching down the center, and then again the High Country colors. Controls for the center stack, there are radio controls on the back, and notice we got our cruise control here on the other side with the heated steering wheel function, and yes, it does turn on. Anyways, turn signal, windshield wiper stalk, and well, that's all for the steering wheel. Now here's the gauge cluster with the High Country. Notice full digital gauge cluster, and yeah, it looks fantastic. Got a bunch of different menus you can scroll through. So this is similar in terms of the function to the previous version of the Tahoe without this digital gauge cluster, but this just looks a whole lot nicer. And we get cool animations for the drive modes. So notice when we go from normal to sport, right? Got a cool animation for that. We've got our off-road, and then we have our tow haul mode as well. Now the reason why we have the tow haul mode in this segment is because we have the air suspension. So notice you can raise that. So you've got the different ride heights you can go up to. Notice that you've got the maximum ground clearance, which will make it look extra aggressive from an outside perspective and would be great for off-road use. But yeah, that's everything for the center. Notice to switch to 4-wheel low to raise vehicle. There you go. Here's the center infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. We've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then notice all of the different viewpoints here out of the camera itself. Response time on the screen is fantastic. Notice you got that wheel shot, which is great. And yeah, it's just covered from like every single angle from a camera perspective. You can also change it to be a trailer line if you're hooking up to a trailer, or you can get rid of all the lines together if you don't want to deal with them. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, let's press the X here. Response time with the screen is fantastic, and it's pretty easy to use. You've got the little shortcut buttons here off to the side, and other than that, I don't have much else to say about the screen. Chevy just is good at making infotainment systems. We've got our gear selector here off to the side, and then this is kind of like your manual function right there. And then notice here at the vents and then the padding up above. And then we've got our analog controls here for the radio, climate controls down below. We've got the dual zone here for the front heated and cooled seats for the front passengers, wireless phone charger, a couple of cup holders. And then here's the center console. You can see the material use. And then there's your storage space. And then notice here with the dash, and then we also have the little secret cubby that goes in pretty far, actually. And notice the padding here on the dash as well. Definitely brings up the interior. And then, of course, glove box. Can't forget about that. And then we've got the full panoramic sunroof here at the top. You can see with the universal garage door openers. Those are for the seats. That's for the tailgate. And then this is for the whole sunroof setup right there. And that's all for the top. Okay, I lied. It also has the camera mirror. Can never forget about that. So here's our window sticker for the 2022 Tahoe High Country. Here is all of the standard equipment on the Tahoe. Notice this has the Magna Ride, mechanical limited slip differential, and again, it also has the air suspension. So like this has a lot going for it from a suspension standpoint, and that's why it rides like a Cadillac, because it has all the same stuff. But anyways, here's the rest of the standard equipment, and then you can see here, this one's the High Country Deluxe package, all the stuff that comes with it. And then here's your total MSRP after everything's added, $79,800. And wait for it. There you go. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2022 Chevy Tahoe High Country. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Murray for giving me some time with the High Country. Check the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in the next video.